European trade companies. With the success of the Portuguese, the Dutch, French, and the English arrived in India for trade. This development not only changed the history of India, it also changed the history of European countries. Portuguese. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trade and were also the last to leave India by the sea route. After Vasco da Gama, Francisco de Almeida arrived in India as the viceroy of the Portuguese. He implemented blue water policy in order to establish the supremacy over the sea instead of supremacy over land. Alfonso de Albuquerque, who came after Almeida, is considered as the real founder of Portuguese Empire in India. He waged a battle against Sultan of Bijapur in 1510 and won Goa. Goa became the administrative center of the Portuguese administration in India. The Portuguese had absolute monopoly over trade with India for almost a century, but their power declined with the arrival of English and French in India. The Dutch are from Holland or Netherlands. They established United East India Company in 1602 with the aim of doing business with eastern countries and came to countries like India, Java, Sumatra, Indonesia. They established warehouses in Surat, Broch, Cambay, Cochin, Nagpatnam, Masulipatam, and Chinsura, and other places in India. With this, they broke the monopoly of Portuguese in India. Later, unable to face competition from English and the French, the Dutch limited themselves to the Spice Islands in Indonesia. English. On 31st December 1600, Queen Elizabeth issued a royal charter authorizing the East India Company to trade with eastern countries for 15 years. The company started the business formally in 1613. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir issued a royal permission to English to establish their first warehouse or factory at Surat. In 1617, Sir Thomas Roe arrived at the court of Jahangir as royal ambassador from the court of James I. He sought permission from Jahangir to establish factories in other places of Mughal Empire. The English established factories at Agra, Ahmedabad, and Broch. In 1639, the English took Madras from the king of Chandragiri and established a strong fort named St. George. Later, Charles II, the Prince of England, gave Bombay on an annual rent of £10 to East India Company in 1668. In 1690, the English purchased three villages, namely Sutanoti, Kalikata, and Goindpura on banks of Hooghly River and built Fort William. The city of Calcutta grew around this fort. By 17th century, the English had established Bombay, Madras, and Calcutta as the center of their presidencies. By the later part of 18th century, the English made Calcutta their capital city. They implemented their own civil and criminal procedure codes in the areas that were under their control. French. The French East India Company started as a government owned company in 1664. It started its first factory at Surat in the year 1668. They later established its factories in Machilipatnam, Chandranagore, Mahe, Karaikal, Kasim Bazar, Barsor. In 1674, the French took Valikantpuram from a local Muslim official and developed it as a major trade center. Later, it came to be known as Puducherry or Pondicherry. Dupleix, who arrived in Pondicherry as Governor General of French, had high ambitions of establishing the French as major power in South India. This ambition led to the Carnatic Wars with English.